Hi, Staar speaking here. Okay, this is the second video in a series all about how to live the laptop lifestyle and the kind of tools you need to use when you're doing internet marketing. Now, if you haven't seen the first video, go and have a look at that. There's a link below this video, and that will take you through to the page where the first video is located. Okay, so following on from last week we were talking about keeping all your content in the cloud and being as kind of like as mobile as possible, because as an internet marketer you don't want to be tied to your home computer and have everything saved, if you like, on your home computer. So it's quite important really to be able to kind of pick up and grab your laptop and you know, be able to work pretty much from anywhere. And that's what I love doing. I love just being able to grab my laptop, go to a coffee shop, you know, go into central London and just know that I can carry on running my business just from my laptop, or even just go on holiday or jet set around the world. That's possible because I don't have everything saved in one central location on my home computer. So that's really what we're talking about here. It's all about really cloud computing, and we talked a little bit about that last week. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through a few tools which I use in my business to help with keeping things organized. You know, it's quite interesting. You know, a lot of people say to me, you know, when they're starting out as an internet marketer, there's an awful lot of information to keep stored, and you have to be quite organized in keeping notes, keeping passwords, documents, and so forth. And you know, I mean, I've got over well, I used to have about 150 websites. I don't quite have so many now. I've got about 80 or 90 websites, and you know, you've got to keep all the contact information for each of those sites, like usernames, passwords, what server they're hosted on, etc. It can get quite complicated, so keeping records is really important. And I don't want to have all of that information just in a filing cabinet at home or just saved in an Excel spreadsheet on my computer hard drive. If I need to get access to a website when I'm abroad, in France for instance, or on holiday in America, I need to grab all that information. Really important. So we'll be going through a little bit about that later on. But to start with, what I want to show you is a really cool tool. You may have actually heard of it before. It's called Evernote. I use Evernote for a huge amount of stuff. Now, you can actually use Evernote for, you know, I use it for all sorts of things. It's just a way of keeping, it's like a notebook, if you like, but online, and it's completely free. So you sign up for an account and you log in, and then you have access to this page here. So on the left here I've got different notepads which I use for different things. So I've got one my general notepad, and I've got so if you imagine these like different notebooks, so as an example here, I've just got a project which I'd been working on a while ago actually, and this was, I was thinking about doing some websites to do with camper vans. So I just went through, so I've got a note here all about different ideas. I've got keywords here. So I basically just cut and pasted keywords which I got from a keyword tool into this notepad. So if I want to, I can just create a new note here. I'm going to call this video test because it's just a test note, and I can just put any kind of notes I want here. So if I come up with an idea, there we go. It's a bit like a word processor, and I can just save anything I want there. Now, this may seem quite basic, but believe me, it's an incredible tool. Now, one of the reasons I really like Evernote is because I also have access to this on my telephone. So there's an Evernote app for the iPhone and for Android. I have it on my Android phone. I also have it on the tablet as well, my Android tablet. And it all synchronizes. So if I were to now go to my phone, this new note here with Staar written in it would appear in my phone. So I use this for everything from just creating like shopping lists, to-do lists. If I'm at a workshop and I want to take some notes, I won't take notes on a notepad anymore. I'll come to Evernote and I'll just create a note called, you know, workshop or seminar or whatever it might be, and just write it straight into Evernote. And you can actually, and then later on, if you know there was some you know, some note you wrote a couple of months back, you can just type in the search bar here and it will find the exact note. So if you knew that there was, you know, you went to a workshop 6 months ago and there was some guy talking about SEO, and you know that you made some notes about SEO, you could just type in SEO here into the search bar and it would find that note for you. So really good tool, Evernote. I use it mainly just for taking notes, writing to-do lists, also keeping track of information that I need to keep at a later date. I don't keep things like passwords in here, but I certainly keep things like sometimes I even keep like email swipes in here, which I use for my email list. I've got an Evernote note which is, for instance, high converting subject lines, things like that. So I use it for all sorts of things, and I also use it for things like my shopping list and things like that as well. Really good tool, Evernote. The next thing I'm going to show you is something quite similar. It's called, you may not be actually familiar with this one. Let me just create a new note. This is something called HTML5 Notepad. Now the HTML5 Notepad is similar to Evernote, but the big difference is you don't need to log in or anything. It just links to your Google account. So it's a free add-on for Chrome. If you just go to the Chrome web store, and let's just have a look. We go to the Chrome web store and we type in HTML5 Notepad. There we go, that's this one here. So it's HTML5 Notepad. So you add that to Chrome, you link it to your Google account, and then the great thing is you just open it, because it actually appears as an add-on for Chrome here. So I've just got it here as HTML5 Notepad, as you can see, and I can type in any information. It's just very quick. It's very similar to a notepad file that you'd have on a PC. So there's no formatting. You can cut and paste text into this and it will strip out any formatting, so that's quite useful. I use it for that quite a lot. So if I'm cutting and pasting something from a website to an email, if I paste it in here first, it will remove all the formatting, which can be quite useful. And because you don't actually need to log in, it's very quick, so it's very fast just to write notes. And again, I have all sorts of things in here, just odds and sods really, and again, it's just another really good way of keeping records. The other great thing about HTML5 Notepad is it's synchronized between all my devices. So if I were to go on to my laptop now, even though I haven't clicked save or anything like that, and go to HTML5 Notepad, this new note which I've just created with Sarah Staar written in it would actually be right there. So again, it's just a really good way of just keeping quick notes, and also removing formatting in a similar sort of way that you would do if you're using Notepad on a PC. So really good. Okay, so the next tool I'm going to show you is a mind mapping tool. And this is called MindMinster. Now, it's not free. I think it's free to do 1 or 2 mind maps. If you want to then have like the professional account, it's about, I think it's about $10 a month or $5 a month, something like that. It's not a huge amount of money, but I find mind mapping really useful, and it was something that people always told me you should have. You know, go and get a mind mapping tool, and I decided when I decided to actually go down the route of mind maps, I decided I needed a cloud-based mind maps system. I didn't want to program on my computer. Now I use mind maps when I start on a big project. So as an example, when I do a workshop or create a product, I'll quite often mind map it out. So as an example, here's one which I created for a product which I recently released, and this is just the mind map for the market research section of the product. So you can see here it's extended to, there we go. So I'll just reduce all of these. So you can see here it's I can just start creating ideas very quickly, and then you can move things around however you want them. So as an example, I've just created a new mind map here. So we could imagine this was a mind map for a new website. So let's say this was going to be called new website, and then we might have a home page, and then we might have a contact us page, and then we might decide that we're going to do a separate node for each of the categories of our website. So let's say we're going to have a category called SEO, and then in that category we might have 10 pages of content. So there might be a page on tools, we might have another page on reviews. So I think you get the the idea. Okay, so that's a mind map if you're not familiar with it, but it's just a really good way of brainstorming ideas. So as an example, if this was a new website, this would be a great way of working out all the pages and sub-pages you'd have within the website. And quite often when I'm creating a new product, what I'll actually do is I'll go to a coffee shop, just take my little Chromebook with me, load this up, and then start just brainstorming. So I have the product name, and then I'll just start brainstorming all the different ideas I've got for the product, like all the different modules, and then within each module then there'll be different sections within that. And by doing that I can get a very, very quick and clear idea of exactly what the product's going to look like. And the interesting thing about this this mind mapping tool is you can save the mind maps to your Google account, your Google Drive. So that's really good, and like, because it's cloud, if I go onto my laptop, this mind map I've actually just created now would be available. And they also have an app for your phone for Android, and also one for the iPhone, I believe. So again, it's just a really, really good way of mind mapping, and it's a cloud-based service, so highly recommend it. That's a really, really good tool. Okay, so the next tool I'm going to show you is a tool which I recently discovered actually, and it's called Pocket. And Pocket is a really good tool for if you're in a situation where you're going to be on a train, or you're going to be in a you're going to be traveling for a while, and you're going to want some content to read on your mobile phone or your cell phone, but you're not quite sure if you're going to have internet connectivity, because you might be in an area where that the reception's pretty bad. You're not going to get great reception, or you might just want to bookmark some stuff. So as an example, if I was going on a long trip and I wasn't quite sure about connectivity, what I would do is I would go to a website where I want to read some content. So let's have an example here. Let's say this was a really long, interesting Warrior Forum a post that I wanted to read later, or a blog post that you thought, yeah, that looks really good. What you can do is, once you've installed Pocket on your PC, you just go over here, click this little icon, and Pocket, it says page saved. Okay, so what this actually has done now is it has saved this web page, all the text on this web page, and it has uploaded it to Pocket. Now there is an app for Pocket for your phone, so if I went to my phone now, I can actually open this web page, even if I didn't have an internet connection, and it will actually strip out all of the formatting, and sometimes it will even strip out kind of unnecessary formatting and images and so forth, and just give you a really easy to read version of this on your phone with kind of like large text. So it's really, really easy to read. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll spend like half an hour just searching the internet, finding really, really interesting articles that I don't have time to read right now, and I'll just save them all to Pocket. And then if I'm waiting in line somewhere, or I'm at the post office and there's a really long line I know I'm going to be standing there for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, I'll just get my phone out and I'll read one of those articles. It's a bit like bookmarking, but like I said, what it's doing is you can actually read this stuff without an internet connection, and also it's removing all the formatting and a lot of the images, just so that you can read it really, really easily on a mobile device. So that's Pocket. If you go to the Chrome web store again, you'll find Pocket there. It's available for the iPhone, the iPad, Android, and also for Chrome as well. Really, really good tool. Okay, the next tool I'm going to show you is a photo editor. This is a really, really good tool. It's a bit like Photoshop, Pixlr, and it enables you to there's two versions really. There's the advanced version, which is exactly like Photoshop, except on a in the cloud, or there's a very simple kind of wizard-based version, which I will show you in a second. Again, this is all in the cloud, so you don't need to download any software. If you don't want to buy an expensive copy of Photoshop, this would be the program for you. So if we open the advanced, it's pretty similar. So if we just say I'm going to open an image from my computer. I'm just going to open, this is actually the banner for my new banner for Staar.com, and as you can see, it's very similar to Photoshop. A lot of the same kind of tools. You've also got layers as well, so it all works in exactly the same way as Photoshop if you're familiar with Photoshop. I'm not great with Photoshop, to be honest, but they've also got an express version, which they call the efficient version. Now the great thing about this is if we just browse for a photo on my site, so I'm going to bring up the same banner again, but it's just a really quick and easy way of resizing images. You can put borders on images. So as an example, if we wanted to, we could put a border on this or something like that. Obviously I'm not going to use this at the moment, but I think you get the idea. Very easy to do stuff like this. I was going to go back, but there's all sorts of things you can do. You can adjust the color, the contrast, but if you just want to do something like resize an image so it will fit. As an example, let's say we wanted this image to fit on our Facebook profile. Well, Facebook have kind of like, you have to upload an image that is a certain size, so you can actually resize the images using this tool really easily. You can also crop tools as well. So let's say I just had I wanted to create a little avatar for a forum. I could say, yeah, that's cool. I could save that now, and that would now save to my computer if I wanted to keep it. So a really good way of actually just really quick and efficient ways of uploading an image, adjusting it, cropping it, changing the color, changing the dimensions of the image, and then you can then download it to your computer, save it to your Google account, so you can save it to your Google Drive account if you want to, and there's other things you can do with it as well. So Pixlr, really good online tool. It's a photo editor. Again, it's all in the cloud, so you don't need to download any software. This will work on your Chromebook, and that's the tools I wanted to show you today. Just wanted to go through with you, and it's living in the cloud, really important as an internet marketer, and if any of you know any other really good tools, please put them below this video, comment below this video. If you know of any other online tools, I'm always looking for new online tools. But like I said, as an online internet marketer, you have to be organized. You really do need to work in the cloud if you want to be truly mobile, and I know I do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do like this video, please do click on the like button below this video.